So here I am in this experimental spot of my island, and I captured this waterfall from another location at some point. So it's like a pile of rocks, and you see the water falling down. So I thought, well, that might be interesting to play with. So I'm very curious about all these little animated elements, like the sounds and the butterflies and the birds that we saw in our tour last week. So I picked this apart so I was able to unlink it, and you can see here that I have separated a piece of it, and by removing it I was able to rename it and save it as a separate item in my inventory. So I plan to continue working with this and see what I can make maybe on a smaller scale. It'll be interesting to see how things change as I work with the different dimensions of it too. So right now, for example, let's just say we cut it in half roughly. It's kind of hard to see exactly what we're changing. Okay, so you can see that, and then this would change the height, so maybe we want to make it a little shorter. So that's kind of cool. So I've been trying to edit the water that I took from this waterfall and put it on this one, which was also another large rock formation that I reduced to a different size, more appropriate for my shopping area. And what's weird is that my viewer is also kind of crazy here. I'm trying to get to a perspective that I can work with, but then it keeps zooming me way out. So that, combined with the fact that this is not really working out very well, I think I'm going to abandon this particular project and work with something else. But this is kind of what I got by moving the little piece of water over here. I've rotated it, changed its shape and size, and that's just gotten to be really complicated. So kudos to the developers who created that thing to begin with. Hashtag stay in your lane. I found this interesting little walkway in an island, and I thought the tile was really nice, so I thought I'd bring it into my island and try to repurpose it. And so I reach-sized it. I actually wanted this. You can see that this one is quite tall, and must have been part of the massive Universal Island or something where everything was just humongous. So I made it flat. I actually just sunk it into the ground and made it smaller. But it's interesting because you can see how the face of it is actually some sort of, I kept it the same dimensions, which is kind of weird, but it's some sort of like tiled image where there's several instances of it. So I might continue to play with that to see if I can just change the size as in a way to kind of like crop it to this area, but I haven't had very good luck with that. And then I just was using different textures, and I came across this water one, which I think was my shirt before I changed my avatar. And I think I might keep this and resize it because it's a uniform type of image for the face of it, for the texture. It doesn't really matter if it gets a little wacky because, or whatever size I make it, because it'll react that way. So that's just something interesting to think about when choosing images for texture and faces. So I think I'll make this a little smaller and make it a nice little pool or fountain or something in my shopping area. So you can see that I have changed the size of my little pool here, and I'm going to now add this to my inventory, and we'll rename it. Oops. And we'll rename this pool. And let's also make it so that someone can sit there. That'll be interesting to see what happens. You can sit on top of the water. And let's also give it a little flare here. We'll make it glow a smidge. Well, that's kind of a lot. Let's go 0.05. That's just a little bit more interesting. And I think that's all we'll do as far as this object goes. Oh, let's make it phantom as well while we're here, and that'll be kind of interesting too. Now I'm going to take a light that I found on another island, something from the inventory, and add it to the wall here. And it was the shopping center light, and I'll just place it sort of here. And I think that ended up over there, so let's just edit and get it into the general vicinity of where I want it on this wall. And I try to get used to the line so you can see where the blue line seems to line up with the wall. That makes me think it's probably on the wall, so we'll let go there. Since I can't seem to edit this, I guess I'll just have to make my own. And frankly, I think I would like to, oh hey, maybe we'll light up the dog. This is a dog I found. I don't think he's a stray. I think we're going to adopt him. Let's see if we can light up the dog. Nope. Too bad. That would have been cool.